Assalamu alaikum, dear friends and colleagues. We are continuing the topic of the air conditioner cools weekly. In today's lesson, we will talk about the impact of permanent run capacitors on cooling power. Some technicians find it difficult to accept that a decrease in capacitor capacity directly affects cooling. But let's look at the scientific side of the matter. First, for the information, let's say that the most efficient electricity generation is possible in three-phase system because a natural rotating magnetic field exists here. However, in single-phase system, this rotating magnetic field does not exist. It must be created artificially. Does the capacitor serve the same function in 240-volt split-phase systems in America? Yes, because in both cases, a 90-degree artificial phase shift created by the capacitor is needed to rotate the magnetic field. For this, there is a second winding inside the motor, the auxiliary winding. This capacitor doesn't just start the motor, it also creates a second phase for the compressor. This is the PSC system. This means the capacitor stays in the circuit during both startup and operation. These capacitors are precisely calculated at the factory for each motor. Their lifespan is approximately 10,000 hours. However, over time, capacitors start to lose their capacity due to chemical and physical changes inside. When capacity is lost, the electrical angle shifts, the magnetic field weakens, the compressor turns with difficulty, and it starts to consume more electricity. This overheating of the compressor directly causes the efficiency of the AC to drop and the cooling power to weaken sharply. Some AC technicians, for certain reasons, use 16 microfarads instead of 50. They think a stronger capacitor is better, but the excess capacity will cook the start winding and shorten the compressor life. Generally, it should be remembered that when the capacity is high, the start winding will overheat. And when it is low, the run winding will overheat. Any overheating will cause the AC COP value to drop. Remember, an annual preventive checkup costing only $50, baby, prevents the burnout of a compressor that costs dozens of times more. Now let's move on to practice. First, for safety, we cut the power and carefully remove the capacitors. Attention, you must discharge the capacitor before measuring it. A capacitor charged with 240 volts is very dangerous to human life. Use a high resistance resistor to discharge it. Never short circuit it with a screwdriver and make a pop sound. This damages the internal layers of the capacitor and ruins the tip of your tool. Now you see on the screen how the measurement of capacitance is performed with a multimeter. Dear friends, this is resistor 10 watt and 5.27 kilo ohm. Now we charge the capacitor and we check the voltage now. 245 volt AC. we switch off. Now 331. Now we can check the microfarad. $57.6 microfarad. Our beginner colleagues sometimes ask, what capacity capacitors do we see in 24,000 BTU ACs? Usually there are 50, 55, 60, and in rare cases 70 microfarad capacitors. This does not mean you can put these various capacitors in any AC. The important thing is to follow the indicators in the service manual or the wiring diagram on the auto unit's cover. If the capacitor was replaced before you and you doubt the accuracy of the capacity, search by writing the AC model and service manual PDF download or wireless diagram to find the original value. In my country, we AC technicians always help each other. Sharing experience with the professional community is the fastest and most efficient way. Sometimes a call to a friend solves the most difficult problem. In our country, more than 150 different brands of ACs are sold. You might work, for example, 20 years and encounter a specific new model for the first time. In this case, you should not hesitate to learn and ask. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching us until the end.